Craig and I were just discussing the pros and cons of shooting down into this part of the brook. My big complaint, I know you're surprised that I've got a complaint, is that the framing around it is incredibly dull. It's huge boulders with very little colour on them. And you know, I've shot this before, but normally the only way to get a decent shot, in my opinion, is to just simply focus on the water and ignore the framing, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like some shots of just water, but it's normally when they're very busy, lots of cascades, very interesting, and where you can feel the dynamic of the water as well. Bit poncy, I know, but... and then I was looking at it, I thought, well, there's a few leaves on a rock there, and there's this very, very strong broken bough of a tree going across, which sometimes these things are just annoying and kill a shot, but I think in this instance the water isn't that exciting to me. Again, the colours are, the way it's foaming, boiling is good, but it's a very slight drop, so you know, but this tree across it might make it work. And then there's very interesting levels behind it. So, and the peak colour is there, that sort of treacle colour. So it could be interesting, could be a little bit different from everyone else's water shots. Here in the peak we get this, you know, anywhere else this would be clear and very nice and you wouldn't be afraid to drink it and think you're going to grow 3 heads. But yeah, this is different. This is why photographing in the peak can be so rewarding, because you're going to get shots that are different from Banff Springs and beautiful clear waters of Norway. Ours always look shit. Okay, I've seen this tree before. Obviously I'm now shooting it because of the colours, but I have exactly the same problem with this that I've always had. I'm never sure if it's balanced well, and the shite sky doesn't help, but let me show you. Okay, doesn't really show up very well on here. Again, I'll flip the camera around, but the straightish tree there with the body of the other one there, and then just across there's a bit of a gap. There's a tree further back that's big and lovely in its own right. But just trying to make this, isolate this, that's what we're talking about, is isolating this even though it's amongst all these distractions. That's what I'm trying to do. So again, I'll flip the camera around, show you a better view of it. I'll take the shot and then you let me know. Do you think it works? Did the idea up here of it being isolated in amongst distractions, did it work? And bear in mind, I've got a bit to play with. I'll show you when I flip the camera around. I was saying I've got a bit to play with. I've got all this fern, got that rock, Allen. There's the lovely, lovely tree. I'm going to get a bit closer just so you can see it. Silver birch. Look how lovely that is. But it's entwined, it's entangled in this tree to the left. That doesn't pose a problem for me, because what's selling it for me is this. And that's perfectly clear, so I'm okay with that. And then there's a nondescript tree there, and then there's this beauty. So my aim is to try and get this isolated, as I've said, but still have all this around it, and rather than ruining it, making it work. So there you go. I've persuaded Craig to come down by the brook side. It looks absolutely stunning here already. Whether I can, do it justice, I don't know, but I'm going to give it a try. I'll give you a quick tour. So first thing that caught my eye was across the bank, oddly enough, the colours, the little shrubs coming over, fabulous. And I'm thinking, if I can get in close enough, might be tough with the lenses I've got, because I can't put a lot of light into it without massive ISO. I can look across the bank, get some shots that way. Then of course, I've got looking down into where the brook's running, very nice. And then got a similar thing, Craig's just setting up here now. Got a fairly active, well, very active cascade to show you. Look at that. And then of course, but the thing that makes it, so normally this would be very dull. In the summer, winter, all those big grey rocks, big boulders make it very dull. And I think I mentioned this in a previous vlog that I would only come back to these when there was colour. And there we have it. Absolutely lovely. So, see your shot there, Craigie? All right. So yeah, all to play for. And I've come down the bank and moved further along to, get this in. As you can see, there is a photographer there. So I'll just hold on till he disappears or falls in. Got the camera ready for that if it happens. But meanwhile, you can probably see we've got that larger cascade there. It's got the peat colours in it, the peat, that treacle colour, very strong. Lovely bit of dynamic action below it. So I am going to get quite close in on that. Now, I've got the 50mm prime on at the moment. I don't think it's going to do it. And I don't think the 15 to 35 is going to achieve the effect I want. Which means I'm going to have to walk all the way back to get probably my 70 to 200. So, but the 50mm is on just to make sure I can, because 70mm is going to be, closer. It doesn't hurt the shot to have that extra bit of range in there. So I think it'll be fine. So I'll go get the 70-200 and then I'll get this shot done. It's not rocket science. Twisty trees, coloured leaves, interesting water, fairly close in, probably portrait, never know. There you go. Anyway, I'm going to get the lens now. As we make our way through this incredible setting, starting to get a bit peckish. Fancy some breakfast. And if Craig fancies some breakfast. Oh yeah. Yeah, Craig fancies breakfast. I'm doing a few handheld shots as I go. I was just explaining to Craig that I like to do some really close-up shots just of little bits of plants and rocks, and I rarely put them on the vlog. They're just sort of things I like, and they go in my little catalogue. But I might put a few up at the end today, so keep an eye out for them. They might be interesting to you, they might not. We've just had something to eat, and then now we're in search of a particular shot that we've seen on Instagram, but we've never seen it. We've never seen it anywhere on Padley, and yet it's supposed to be here. I'm not going to tell you what it is in case we don't find it, but yeah, we're on an adventure. Wow, it's been a wonderful morning for me. I'm going to bang up a few of the shots that I've taken as we're just walking up this fantastic avenue. This is at the top of Padley. We're going to make way back to the vehicles now. It's ice cream time for Eddie. It's been really good. The colours are great. Get yourself out here. You never know, you might bump into me or Craig, and just enjoy it. And there's still a long way to go. Look at all the ferns here are still green. So we've got some gold over there, got some like more yellowy over that way, and then we've got the green here. So there's still a good week, maybe two, of colour turning to happen. You're going to see some of them redden up a bit more, which I love. Yeah, it's going to be great. Listen, thanks for coming along. We're kind of back in the woodland phase now. Going to be doing this a lot more over the next couple of weeks. So all the other stuff I've got planned is going to have to go on hold. And obviously I'll be hoping for some misty mornings. But you know what? I think today for me has proven you don't need mist to capture hopefully great shots. See you for the next one. How wonderful it is. I'm going to actually do that with English this time.